less as good a week as they can. We'll go over a brief recap just of what happened last week, and then we'll get right back into it. So last week was fairly mundane, fairly safe, fairly quiet. The group did a lot of investigating in the city of Neverwinter, having fully recuperated. Balin coming north to meet up with the rest of the group, having been left in Neverwinter to drink himself into a stupor after the events that took place in Barovia. A couple of days passed, less than a 10-day before the group was reunited and investigating. Tasha had proper respects paid, and her body was set adrift, burned on the rowboat that you all purchased. And investigations about what happened to the crew of the Calliope were fully underway. You found the sole surviving member of the crew, the first mate, Seren. You found her in slightly buggered form as well, as she was clearly scarred up. Though some of the scars, you're not sure if those were recent or long-term. Evidently, they had dealt with things like this in the past, and entirely possible they were long-term. Though what it was obviously evident was that she had lost one of her arms up to the elbow, that being more recent just from glancing it over. She explained what had happened, and you all spoke to her about potentially finding who had done this and putting it to rest, which she seemed eager to do, mentioning that she had a contact, one whom offered to help her with this should she ever have the means to see it through. Something that you all thought, okay, we can do that. Giving you all a few days in Neverwinter to, again, put Tasha out to sea properly with a real funeral. Words being said, attendance being had, and all in all, just spending what time you had in Neverwinter to do what you could. The entire affair has been a little strange for Kellen, who has been very quiet, very nondescript, kind of trapped in his own mind with everything he's had to consider, especially with the contemplation of removing his lycanthropy, what it would mean to remove this lycanthropy, which, with everything that has happened to him, almost seems to be more of him than less of him at this point. But with that, actually, I'll mention what you did last week, Ian. So while you were absent, Ian, Gurgle, I should say, took it upon himself to do a fair bit of pickpocketing in the busy streets of Neverwinter. You are a fair bit more better off, I guess would be the way to put it. That was a terrible way to put it, but that is the way to put it. It's all been added to your sheet. You can look through it, and you may not even notice what has changed, but some things have changed. Yeah. Blinkshaw also attempted to bribe Gurgle into not robbing from Arena's house. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Arena's house, by offering to purchase a various amount of cutlery, and if interested, he could rob from Blinkshaw, which famously ended up being Blinkshaw telling him that there was more spoons that he could steal from his backpack, and Gurgle just said, "No, there's not." All of it having been robbed previously, just because, why wait? But yes, we pick up on another Neverwinter morning, still getting later in the winter season. It is cold. Fortunately, you all have been prepared for the cold before, so it is not something that you have to worry about in this moment. But as you all wake up for another morning, the same as every other, you have since switched off sleeping at Arena's mansion, not wanting to put out her family any more than you already have. Arena, obviously, I imagine you sleep at home just because of the convenience of being at home at Neverwinter. But the rest of you have taken to rooms in the Driftwood Tavern, a fairly rough and tumble tavern that is not even nearly as clean or as well kept as the Stonehill Inn back in Phandalin. But at the very least, it's a bed to sleep in, and it's not extremely likely that somebody will bust into your room and stab you in your sleep. Nothing has happened, of course, and you all have been able to get your rest. But as the next morning comes up, what is on your agenda, everyone?
So I remember we were talking about investigating on the and her first mate, and there was some talk about going to, but we decided we weren't ready for that yet.
The Moonstone Mask, right? That we thought about going there, but then we did a spell that said we shouldn't. Right?
So,
yeah.
My next question is, what do we need before we get there? Like, need to get we're still looking for a location on these two, and Moonstone Mask is a place we can get it, but depending on where we're going, right?
I think we should wait on Sabrin and her.
To remind you of this, because Blingshaw's not here, you specifically were told, or at least Blingshaw was told after he investigated it, he asked if there any information could be gleaned from there, and he received a no.
Okay, so it's
somewhere that would be, that going there would not provide any benefit.
And yeah, your friend did have. She was looking into some stuff, but I'm sorry, the first mate, or the old first mate, was looking into some stuff, and her.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I happy to go ask around the docks in more of the seedier sides of town to see if we can locate. But that's the only idea I had.
I want to ask around, like the maybe the Hall of Justice or somewhere like that, about some of the crimes. I want more details on what happened.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
And we can all go in a group to the Hall of Justice, and then I can go slip around the docks afterwards if you want to go in a group.
That sounds like a plan.
Arena's not happy about going to the docks again, but there.
You don't have to go. I just meant we'll all go, at least with you.
I know.
I forgot again, you guys were not my Monday group. Whenever you guys have to investigate something, they immediately split up into 4 different people. So they split the party every chance they get, and they got punished for it last week, yesterday, because they're like, yeah, no, we'll just split up. We're gonna go investigate this area, and yeah, they got jumped. They got jumped bad.
Wow.
And they got their asses kicked. Don't ever fucking split the party, people. I'm glad you guys are not. Glad you guys think more about it.
It makes more sense if D&D wasn't a group versus the universe game, but the whole game is designed around you don't split up.
Like, I get the narrative, but at the same time, when you are literally in the middle of a giant epidemic and things are going terrible, why would you ever think when things have been attacking you already while you're in the city that you should think, oh, it's fine to split us up now?
Well, if Virgil splits up, I'll follow him.
Well, yeah, I'm going to follow Arena's lead whenever we're in the hoity-toity parts of town.
Okay. So you guys are going to start by heading off towards the Hall of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Heading to the Hall of Justice, obviously everybody... Balin, you've probably seen this before in your life, but I don't imagine you've ever spent any extended time here, considering it is literally
most of his life was trying to... Sorry, go ahead.
Considering it is literally the main house of guards. It is where the commander of the city watch lives.
Yeah, I feel like he spent most of his life trying not to go to the Hall of Justice, so it makes very, very good sense that he's not used to the layout.
As you all make your way, it is the same as you all left it. The wanted poster that was up on the far board, you all tore down the last time you were here. So that is not currently hanging, though the guards have not made any word about it being missing. What are you attempting to do? Where are you attempting to start?
I guess if there's any guards just standing around outside, I don't want to, go in and demand to see the big guy yet. I'll just go up to one of them, I guess.
Okay, you approach. What do you say?
Oh gosh, now I gotta be charismatic.
This is the thing I'm also trying to force more. Whenever people approach something, I always preface the conversation to get them off. I need to stop doing that, because how often do you walk up to somebody to say something to them and they say, oh, hi, how are you doing? What would you like to say to me today? That doesn't make sense. It's not narratively cohesive.
I'm trying.
So what do you want?
Good morning.
He kind of looks up. It's cold.
It is, isn't it? I've heard there's been some...
Go ahead.
There's been some murders around recently. I'm kind of scared. Can you tell me about that?
What murders?
I heard there was some sort of dragonborn running around killing people.
He kind of looks off towards the guard to his left, and that guard kind of looks back at him as well, just as confused. No reports of murders in the city committed by a dragonborn.
I think maybe the people inside would know more about what we're talking about. Maybe we could request an audience with whoever the Grand High Witch or Poobah or whatever it is you guys have is.
I have that written down somewhere.
You want a meeting with the commander, just to ask him some questions.
Well, we don't necessarily need to bother the commander. But I guess it's not here that I heard of. I mean, it's just a rumor that I heard. Some sort of pirate has been running around causing havoc.
They both kind of give you a blank stare. If it's a pirate what's been doing it, I don't imagine it's been done in the city.
Right. That's right. That's a good point.
I'm sorry. This is what I was thinking, like, you guys are asking about murders in the city committed by a pirate.
Yeah.
Because pirates go to cities where they're wanted to do the things. Okay. I was just confused on that.
I was when I heard murders, I was assuming she was doing the murders on land and the piracy at the sea, but like I don't know why she would now that I think about it.
One tends to lead to the other, or is followed by the other, or preceded by the other. Either way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to bother you. And I walk away.
No problem. And you walk away.
That did not go as I wanted it to.
Didn't we meet someone who had a lot of information about it?
She said she needed a couple of days and she was going to catch up with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's been a couple of days already. So maybe we should just
There'll probably be more people who know about exactly what happened at the docks since it's happening on the seas.
Right.
So I guess we should go with Phelan's idea now. Lead on.
So we want to talk to the people at the docks?
He's good with it. He's good with that.
Well, I could spend some time writing spells down. We guys explore that.
I don't know if we should split up.
I know.
You've had 6 days.
I have a lot. Like, it's insane.
I actually haven't declared any yet because I didn't know how much time we had to actually learn stuff. So
you've been traveling for 3 days, so you haven't had as much time as he has.
But I mean, if we had literally 3 days worth, I wasn't sure how many hours we had. But
well, you had 3 days in Phandalin before you even got word to come to Neverwinter.
Right, it's been 6. And, well, I had some scrolls in. I didn't have ink in Phandalin, so I only have 3 days.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a fair point. You didn't have any ink in Phandalin, so that would have been downtime.
If I had 16 hours of spell scrolling, I will add some stuff to my sheet. But
you've had maybe 6 hours at this point. Literally the end of the day yesterday, and what you did before you went to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I'll take 6 hours of stuff after we get through some of this.
If you want to know, I have 39 hours of spells to write down still. That's, by itself.
Okay.
So, yeah, if we can go down to the docks, while not charismatic, I feel like Balin is accomplished at getting illicit information, considering he was always looking for a mark or a boat. So I'll kind of go back around to my old areas, maybe using Thieves' Cant to people that I recognize would understand it. Just inquiring around about the last known whereabouts of the bronze bitch. And there's coin behind good information.
All right. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I wish Blink's over here to give me guidance. Okay, hold on.
I'll guide you, Balin.
Oh. That
Damn.
So, something you realize as you're doing this, Balin, it's kind of odd. These figures, ones that you've dealt with in the past, not necessarily ones you have a bad reputation with, just people that you know, a reputation, as it were. Nobody even seems to recognize you. They almost look at you like you're a completely different person to them. And you realize you've come a long way from the time that you've been rubbing shoulders with people on the streets of the city.
I'm losing my street smarts here.
And
all right, well, in that
what
case,
information you get, even from people who are still willing to talk to you, is much of what you've heard before. People they don't know a lot about it. There are no rumors of people who get away, only people who survive. And the general thing you get is, this ship finds you. You do not find it.
how about survivors?
Unfortunately,
Stories have to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned that, you kind of bring it that was like, well, if it kills everybody, then how does somebody live to tell the tale? And they all just kind of give you that look like, are you trying to ruin the story? Like, they don't actually have anything to tell you about who might have survived this. But you know at least one person who survived, though you personally have not spoken with her. The rest of you have.
You know what kind of ship it is? Like, did Tasha ever talk about what kind of ship her old?
I mean, it was a cargo ship. It was pretty much all she said.
It was a merchant's vessel.
Yeah.
There's nothing distinct about it. Yeah, I mean, I would rush empty-handed with a shrug and just be like, this thing is, I pulled the same act a lot when I wanted people to think the shadows of Neverwinter were magically stealing from them. It's a story. So I don't know where to go here. No one here has seen the goddamn thing.
If they find you instead of us finding them, maybe we could make ourselves a target. Or look like a target.
Between you and me, we've asked half the goddamn city about this thing. I think if they're half as good as they said they are, we're already a target.
We should buy a ship and name it loads of money and just sell it somewhere.
Yeah. We're just gonna call it.
What if we tell people that we loaded it with money and stuff? Like, let's not actually put money
to the page that tells me how much ships cost. Give me a second, guys. Continue.
Or we can fabricate one. No.
Yeah.
I think that would be tough.
That'll take a long time.
When Lake comes back here with the number way too high, I'll suggest we because that's something easier to do.
I'm sorry, you cut out what?
Just hire a captain.
That's what
I was going to say, the cheapest ship that would be feasible for you all to travel on would be essentially the same as the Calliope, and that is a 10,000 GP vessel.
Also, I just remembered that I was having all the Discord issues using the web, so I'm going to kick on the app, so I may drop out really quick, but I'll be right back.
Okay. It would be much cheaper just to rent a ship or pay somebody to take us out.
Yeah, plus I have something on my sheet that lets me do that.
Oh, that's cool. I don't anymore.
Anymore.
Don't remind me.
So, should we rent a boat?
Yeah, so we haven't, and we might not want to do that right away because we are still waiting for, what is the...
Sarin.
Sarin, that's right. Or Sarin, whatever. Okay. Yeah, and if we get on a vessel, we're not going to be back here for weeks. So,
where are
we can look into that. Say what?
What about Kellen? Do you think there's somewhere here we could get him cured? In Neverwinter? Do I know if there's a place here?
I mean, off the top of your head, I mean, from what you know about it and what the group can tell you, the obvious choice would be one of the temples in the city. The only current standing in the temple, The current temples that are in Neverwinter, God damn it, I meant to make a note of this. There is the Shelter of the Shield, which is Blinkshot can tell you about, which is the temple to Helm. But I will also say that Blinkshaw would arguably suggest that if they could find another way, that would be the smarter choice.
Okay.
Yeah, announcing that, he's got what he's got. A lot of healers would probably just want him dead.
Okay. Can we find a healer? I'm not sure what I'm thinking. Maybe someone who's not affiliated with the church as much, so it doesn't become like a big deal. Do I know of anybody like that? Any magic users? Any powerful healers not affiliated with the church?
Healers are almost universally associated with the church. With this type of magic, it is something that seemingly only individuals of faith can accomplish.
Okay. And the Temple to Helm was the only temple in the city? Or did you
Let me take it back. Let me double check, because I actually don't know Remove Curse, because only wizards are clerics are the only ones who ever take it.
Remove Curse.
Yes, Remove Curse.
Phil Dennis, you
Remove Curse is a wizard spell. What the fuck, wizards? Why is it always clerics? Cleric, can you remove curse? Fucking wizards, man.
Did no one get remove curse?
I'm looking. I felt like I picked it up somewhere.
I mean, you can go buy the damn scroll at this point.
Right.
Well, the issue is not just the casting remove curse, because Blinkshot can remove curse. The reason you came here is because Kellen's lycanthropy was so advanced. It's not just as simple as poking him in the head with a spell.
So we need to find out what it is.
Total non sequitur. Does copying a scroll into your spell book use up the scroll?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Take some stuff off then. All right, cool. Phil Dennis, I learned to identify and comprehend languages off you.
At some point, probably.
No, yeah. Like in the 3 days, in the however many hours we had to be here.
That would be difficult to do, because you would have to be borrowing his book, which means he would not be getting those hours.
Well, how I thought about it was like 8 hours of sleep, 12 hours of scroll spelling, and then whatever rest is doing something else that we might have been doing.
Yeah.
That's why I have so much.
They only take me 1 hour apiece because they're divination spells, so I figured, I'll just start when you go to bed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But for the longer ones, I will actually have to borrow your book. But for those two, I was like, I can knock them out in no time.
I literally have one that will take 10 hours to scribe.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
So you said there's the Temple to Helm. Was there another temple, or is that the only one in town?
The Temple to Helm is, yes, the Shelter of the Shield. God damn it, why did I not... I have this in my notes somewhere. Why can't I not find it, though? Where the fuck is it? Every time. Now it's become a mess.
I wonder if we can commission more cloaks at the cloak tower.
It's a cloak tower? Wait.
There was the Shelter of the Shield, which is still Sylvanas. There was the Temple of... Or sorry, the Temple to Helm. There was the Temple of Sylvanas, which you all have visited. It was somewhere that you all visited... I don't think you actually... No, I mean, you don't think you all ever visited. But it was something that Redoth mentioned. The druid you all met in Thunder Tree. As it was the temple that he paid homage to if something happened to you.
Do I know who that god is?
Make a religion check.
That was a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. Off the top of your head, Sylvanas, something to do with nature, but other than that, you're not too sure of the specifics.
Okay. Seems like they might be a good enough place to go if we're trying to avoid the Helm Temple. Which I'm not sure why, but I won't press. Shall we go there? And ask before we tell them that he's with us?
We can do that.
What's our story? Obviously, we don't like. If we know someone who has lycanthropy, they're going to be wanting to meet them and or get their hands on them or something. So, what's our story?
Maybe the truth, but tell them not where the person is.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do here is if we happen to know somebody in the very advanced stages of lycanthropy and we're willing to pay to have him fixed, who would we talk to and then arrange a meeting? I don't want to bring Kellen into the temple like...
Right.
This kid's sick.
Okay.
Cure him. No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, well. Let's go. Do I know where to find that temple?
I feel like that question comes up a lot. Just for the sake of it, I'll tell you if this prevalent information. Without any issue, you all can find the Temple of Sylvanas in the city of Neverwinter. Navigating your way there, you see the temple itself is not what you'd expect from a standard temple, but considering the domain which Sylvanas presides over, is immediately obvious what this is. It is more an exterior courtyard with walled settlements that keep other things from, seemingly more of keeping things from getting in than anything within getting out. Ivy has overgrown them, and there is a wrought iron gate that sits over the front. A large tree is growing here, which just screams the natural life, kind of foreign to the city of Neverwinter, as the city itself is taking a little bit of that away. As you step inside and look around, you see that there are several individuals sit about. All of them mixed descent. What appears to be an elven woman with fairer skin, tanned by the sun, a tiefling of all things, with soft, pale, almost lilac-colored skin, and a dwarf who sits there, cross-legged, not really paying attention to anyone.
Okay. I will go up to the elf. I'll let Blankshaw stay outside with Kellen and not get into range of the temple, really. How about that? Sound good?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Don't we want Blinkshaw, like, dwarves can talk to each other, right? Does that make it easier?
I mean, I can just talk to the elf.
Okay, yeah, elves talk to elves.
Really matter. Okay. So I'll go up to the elf. I guess I have the rest of the party besides Blankshaw and Kellen with me.
Sure.
I gotta be charismatic again. It's like learning all over again. Like I had to learn to be intimidating, now I gotta be charismatic. Hi. Good morning. I assume it's still morning-ish. Or noon. Day.
Close enough. Only keeps like I gotta change servers because my connectivity is going to meh.
Okay.
It's a fair morning. What brings you to the domain of nature here today?
I wanted to inquire about, if you know of... Was somebody else talking?
Nope.
I thought somebody else said something. Okay. I'm hearing things. I wanted to inquire about what you know about, advanced lycanthropy. If you would.
You inquire here about a werewolf.
Yes. I'm looking to have someone cured.
Cured?
Of the curse.
Yes, I can understand that. And is this something that you have tried already?
I have a cleric friend who has cast Remove Curse in the simplest level, but we believe it's been advancing long enough that something of that nature is not strong enough.
A few of them just kind of look towards each other and they mumble what seems incoherently, but they seem to pick up on what they're saying to each other. Before the dwarf says, "This one you've tried to kill already. It'll be complicated."
I'm told that Wolfsbane can assist or make the process less difficult, and we do have some. Did that hold up from?
That has not lasted the time you guys have been traveling.
Oh, then I guess and we can obtain that or purchase it if needed.
We're willing to pay. Whatever it takes.
At which point the tiefling kind of chirps up.
Payment is not the issue. The issue is the difficulty in the matter at hand. Once lycanthropy has reached this specific state, it's not just a simple spell and magic and...
She kind of leers over at you, Beelin.
Wolfsbane, that'll fix it. You need rituals, offerings, proper treatment, and a period of time with which the spell can be properly cast.
Do you know of someone who would be able to do this for us?
Oh, it can be done. It just takes time.
If you were to ballpark time, how long would you say?
They kind of converse amongst each other once more, again quickly and incoherently, before the elf says,
"The ritual must begin on a full moon. It takes place until the empty moon. It must be sequestered until then."
Does that mean... I looked at the party. Does that mean we're leaving him here?
No.
No.
I think that means that we can't even go down this track until the person's on board and everything's been prepared. I mean, I don't want to just leave them here. I'd like to be present, but that's about a month that we'd be here.
not a full month.
27
full moon
days.
to half moon.
Oh, half
Full
like
moon cycle. Yeah, full moon to half moon. Or sorry, no, full moon to no moon. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
New moon, yeah. So 2 weeks, then, roughly?
Due to with the calendar and the time cycle that is used in Forgotten Realms, it would be more like 15 days.
15 days, okay.
Okay.
So 10 day and a half.
Yeah. So in that case, I'm saying it's probably better for us to get Blinkshell's way in here and decide when we have 2 weeks to go through that with him. We can't just leave him here and pop back in and visit. And he's not terribly, at least he seems to be in some control of it right now.
Well, there's still 2 other questions we gotta ask. One is how much, and 2 is will it get worse the longer we postpone it?
The elf will say,
If his condition has already approached this state, then it is as bad as it is going to get. The cost for a procedure like this would be quite extravagant due to the time involved, and would run you over.
And she kind of leans in towards the dwarf next to her, says again something that you can hear what he's saying, but it just doesn't make sense to you, like he's speaking gibberish, and says, 1,000 gold.
1,000.
Oh man, that's like the cost of 3 lives.
Wow. For 1 life, yeah.
I don't have that kind of money unless I ask my mother, and I'm not sure I want to ask her for that much.
No, we can as a group come up with it.
Yeah, that's something we can acquire.
Yeah, that's within that's reasonable.
Let's not
add so much work. I mean, if her mom has the money, why don't we just ask her?
I've already
and-
borrowed a lot of money from my mother.
Yeah, Balin just kind of looks at you like disgusted. It's like, because we're capable of doing it without mommy and daddy's money.
I mean, I'll ask.
No thanks.
Balin just shakes his head and turns away. We'll let you know, and
I wish Blinkshaw was there because I had the perfect line for him.
No.
Now, Gurgle. Asking for money is just stealing with permission.
that is a Chris line.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's at least we know what we know. What do you know? How close we are to the next full moon?
Judging by the state it was in before you all got here, the next full moon isn't for another. God, I double checked to make sure that I knew this. It was at a quarter. I didn't actually set up a schedule of this. We'll say the next moon is 4 or 5 days away, depending on.
Yeah. So we
conditions.
have time to discuss and figure out. They can't even start in that long. How long will you need to start making preparations if we want to do it at the next full moon?
It would not take us more than 2 days to get ready to perform this ritual.
And you'll perform it here?
Yes.
All right.
In a place
You
like
will-
this, of supplication would ease the use of it.
She says in a place of supplication.
I know,
and
it
Balin
brought
just
back
kind of gets
flashbacks.
like his jaw kind of clenches and his knuckles go out, and he's like, "Thank you very much. All right, we'll be in touch." And let's get out of this place of supplication. And he just like hurriedly starts getting the fuck out.
Arena looks confused. But Curly did respond.
When such a good word has been blemished by your past experiences.
Yep.
There's words that we can't use anymore. We can't use the I can't look at cards anymore. Wagons, none of that is
Wagons.
allowed. Yeah, wagons are no. This whole thing started on a wagon. It's all wagons are off limits from now on.
It's a good thing you guys only have a cart.
Exactly. That's what I said. Like, we're all using carts from now on.
Well, I was actually asking about that last game, but I think it got overturned about fabricating a wagon with Blinkshaw for chopping wood down.
How much can you fabricate with that spell?
So long as he has the materials and the amount of materials needed, he can theoretically fabricate anything so long as he has the tools with which to make the item. Are you proficient in woodcarver's tools?
Yep.
Yeah, so he could theoretically make pretty much anything that will be fairly nice. He could theoretically make up to a carriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or
Something
a house, pretty
yeah.
much. Just multiple spells casting.
A house would be difficult because
Yeah,
it would be a
that
lot
would-
more than just woodcarvers. It would require masonry tools and all sorts of stuff. The party loot tab and the quest lab were both removed because nobody were using them. They were empty.
Oh, they're up because I deleted them last game because I was starting fresh ones for this campaign.
Okay, I didn't know that. I can
That's okay.
return. No,
I didn't- 'cause
They
we-
can be returned. I just
Yeah,
archived
we-
them. I did not delete them.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
thought,
no,
like,
we had
if you guys are gonna fucking use them, then I'm just gonna get rid of them. Fuck it.
We had basically
There you go.
liquidated the loot table from Strahd, and just to make life easy, I got rid of the whole thing, and just so we didn't have like overlap and God knows what else. So whatever we didn't sell or isn't on our sheets is on fire.
Okay. Yeah, you can make everything but the foundation of a house, Wilderness.
Yep. That's Blinkshaw's job.
Stone
They said it would take them 2 days to
cutting.
prep. They said it was going to take them 2 days to prepare for it, and the next full moon is in 5 days. You said?
Yeah, 5 days.
All right, so we have to let them know within 3 days.
Yeah, and just to cover it, there is actually a limit to what you can fabricate with a fabricate. It cannot be something large. It has to be something large or smaller. So you could not
Right.
make a house. It'd be a hut, very tiny hut.
Pretty much.
Tiny huts. We can't talk about that either.
You still sleep in one every night.
Yeah, so I think we're good now. We'll let you know within 3 days. And yeah, we'll bounce that off of Blinkshaw. And again, while we're waiting for Sayerin to get back to us, there's no point in going out to sea. So if she's going to be another day or so, we've still got time.
Oop.
So what's next on our docket?
I'll say that as you ask that question, if you all are just going to settle down and make decisions about what you're going to do next while you wait for this information to come in, we can do that.
Yeah, we're probably going back to the Driftwood
Okay.
Tavern since that would be where Sarin would find us, probably.
Okay.
When she's ready.
Over the next 4 days, 4 days is what you all have before any new information comes in, you all can amuse yourselves with downtime.
Yay!
Be it scribing spells, seeing to anything in the city that you've needed to see to that you haven't managed to already, that doesn't need to be covered with independent role-playing or a session itself. Buying more supplies for Trezendar Manor, sending more supplies back, as Gurgle, the stuff that you've already paid for, presumably is already there by now, and hopefully is being tended to in the kitchen and not being devoured by hungry goblins.
Oh, you said it takes
I'll be
4 days?
So angry.
It'd be a 4 days of downtime?
Yes.
Shit. Well, then, I was hoping we could wait till Chris got back next week to make a call on what to do about Kellen, but now we're kind of up against the wall because we have to let them know within 3 days.
Well, the reason is something where you can't just go ahead and do what you're doing. Out on the water, you're going to be gone for a lot longer than that.
That's what I mean. I was hoping it was like we would commit to it before all of that happens, but I was hoping we could milk that.
Well, in the meantime, we have a werewolf with us. That's good, right?
Well, not if it's a full
Pretzel
moon tomorrow.
milk.
Shoot.
I have a. I'll say this out of Kellen's earshot, but I have a sleep spell if needed, and it's harmless. It doesn't hurt him.
You'd be surprised. Balin says grimly, thinking about the sleep spell.
He's not an elf, Balin.
Yeah. Neither am I.
I'm making spells, so I want to be away for a minute.
I wish Chris was here to make this call. All right, we're gonna have to just go around the horn and do it the next full moon, I guess, because I don't want to leave Kellen there alone for 2 weeks.
Right. I agree.
Or however long we're going on the sea.
A 3-hour tour.
No, I think it's gonna be a little longer than that.
So we're taking Kellen with us.
I mean, from what I've seen, he seems to be able to take care of himself.
Have we ever seen him lose control at a full moon? Or is he still like? Does he still Does he still maintain, or does he just go completely apeshit?
That's a fair point. You were not there during the last attack. Kellen did transform during the last attack, and it seemed like he was partially aware of his surroundings. But once the fight was over, it seemed like he was struggling to keep control over himself before he settled down.
Yeah, so the closer he gets to the moon, I think the harder it is for him to maintain control. All right. When we get to the 3-day mark, or like when we have to make that call instead of waiting all the way, what's the harm in waiting? Are we going to lose somebody? Like, we have 2 weeks to kill. There's no deadline over our heads that I missed in the first game, right?
I mean, Sarin wanted to get started as soon as possible. And there are people being murdered.
Yeah, but we owe it to this kid. All right, I vote that we pay him to the ritual out of Frozen Cloak money, and we gotta stay.
How much money do we have?
Just to give you perspective on that, 5 days from now is the full moon. Since the ritual has to start on a full moon, it'll be another month that you have to wait.
No, I'm saying no. So you said the next full moon is in 5 days.
Yes.
And we had to give them 2 days of prep. So on the third day, the last day that we're like, we have to make the call now. Balin's like, I think we should do it this full moon. We will wait the 2 weeks of the ritual with them, and then we will go out looking for the bronze bitch. I'm saying that we put Kellen first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your care for this child, but when it comes to lives that are being lost, I mean, he can still be cured once we come back.
He won't have no. We owe it to him to do this, and there's always going to be evil people out there. Letting him linger in this state is a crime. I don't think we should do it. So I vote.
It's a loose end that we should just tie up.
Yeah, and I mean, if everyone's got 200 gold on them, between 250 gold between me, Gurgle, Phil Dennis, and Blink Shaw.
I can put
You
it.
don't have to chip in for this one. This wasn't.
Okay.
This wasn't your thing, but I can put up 250. Can you guys cover it?
That's all my money.
All right, I'll cover Gurgle.
I
Phil Dennis.
would have to sell some stuff, unfortunately.
What are you at?
Total amount, I'm at... Oh, actually, no, I think I might just have enough. His platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a 12 platinums, 120 gold, 142.
Like
yeah, I have enough.
I have
Yeah.
I have 1,000 gold. So whatever we can't do, whatever you guys don't have left, I will pony up.
I got you.
Blinkshaw, being the guy that he is, would split the difference on that as well. Because Blinkshaw can afford to do this himself.
Gurgle will very angrily and reluctantly hand you a coin purse with 200 gold in it.
Okay.
And he gives you a stink eye the whole time.
That's fine.
I'll give you the
so we can do it that
250.
way. I guess that means you guys are with me on this. And I know I'm asking you to roleplay for Chris here, but is Chris voting in favor of this and waiting the 2 weeks?
That is the one where I have no... Wow, I just rolled 3d10 and got 999. What the fuck, guys?
Nice.
That's something where I can't imagine what Blinkshaw would do in that situation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That's why I was hoping that we'd have like a whole session worth of 1 or 2 days, but it didn't look like that. So
I'm not doing another 4 hours of 2 days in game. That's not going to happen.
understood. So I mean, at the very least, even if he abstains because Arena's uncomfortable, it would still be 3-2. So yeah, Balin's gonna advocate hard for this unless
Okay.
unless someone could talk him out of it. But yeah, we got to do this.
I'll go along, I guess. And of course I don't say any of this to Kellen. I am not letting him know that I wanted to go on before we can.
Right, and then we'll talk to
This is all
Kellen.
out of earshot.
We'll talk to Kellen afterwards and explain the situation to him. That these people can help. We're going to be with you the whole time. It's going to take a really long time. Are you okay with that?
I mean, I still haven't decided if I want to be turned back.
I mean, that is your call.
I forgot about that.
I thought I thought I missed something where he did want to be turned back, but
Again, that was something he missed. They were talking about that after he transformed, and he could not seem to come to a decision on whether or not he wanted to be a werewolf or not.
I missed that. And if it were Keith, the player involved, I'd take the 10-year-old or whatever he is and be like, "You're doing it. Shut up." But in Balin's mind, you're an adult at 7, so this kid can make his own choices.
Arena's gonna talk to him, like sit him down and just sit next to him. So you think you might want to stay a werewolf?
Say that again?
I'm talking to him. I want to talk to Kellen.
I heard that. When you were
I'm sorry.
speaking, I heard noise in the background.
So you think you might want to stay a werewolf?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, what are you thinking? Do you need help deciding?
No, I just... It's a big decision to make.
It is.
Why do
It's a very
you
big decision.
want to stay a werewolf?
Because I feel like I know more about being a wolf than I do about being a person. Last 6 months of my life have been more time as a wolf than as a boy.
What do you
Did
think
you ever
Tasha
hurt
would want?
anyone? Go ahead, Carly. I'm sorry.
What do you think Tasha would want?
She would want me to do what I want to do and not let anybody tell me what I should do.
You're not wrong. Did you ever hurt anybody that didn't deserve it while you were a wolf?
He could have.
I will cast
his
detect
head.
thoughts on him when he answers that, by the way.
Okay. As you cast detect thoughts on him, you get lots of memories of him back in the cave. Time spent not as a werewolf, but as a wolf, as like when you found him with Escher,
Mm-hmm.
cuddled up with one of the other werewolves who was also in wolf form. Memories of them strangely kind of doting on him, like he was the pet favorite because he was the one of the kids that had been transformed. They treated him well. You get memories of times where he did go hungry, like the wolf pack didn't eat very well, but he remembers tearing into raw deer as a wolf, just kind of in a fervor, in a natural state. He remembers being. He does have faint memories. He kind of thinks back to when he was a werewolf. He remembers being on his way from. Make me a history check as you see this road, Balin.
Yeah. A second.
This is not a road that you traveled that you can think of. With with the surrounding region, you think you recognize the Sword Mountains off towards the west, which would imply that he was probably from Tribor or maybe Red Larch, which are two cities just on the eastern side of the Sword Mountains, not maybe a week, if that, away from Phandalin.
Okay.
You also get more recent memories, the fight that took place against the gnolls, him tearing into a gnoll to protect himself. Those memories are kind of blurry, and you get the immediate distinction that these memories are completely crowded with both adrenaline and instinct. This was him when he was a werewolf, but he
Yeah,
seems
I
to
figured that
remember
much.
what he did.
Yeah, I think really what I'm looking for here is Balin's going to let him make the choice unless he gets any indication that Kellen is a danger to people. That he still might let him do it, but that complicates matters. But if everything you just given me is Balin's like, it's your call. Don't hurt anybody that doesn't deserve it. But if you don't want to do it,
because I wasn't done. The
Oh,
last
I'm
memory you get is after they killed the Shusuva, was him looking at Blinkshaw and being very hungry and fighting to keep that urge down.
All right.
Which he did succeed in doing. Because he rolled 2 natural 20s on those 2 checks. I still couldn't believe that.
I do have a note somewhere in my Strahd things about how it's harder and harder to control towards the full moon. But if we can get through this next full moon, that'll give him time to consider. All right. I mean, if you're not ready to do it now, or you don't know if you want to, we'll wait. But it's going to take a whole nother moon turn. And Kellen, it's a big decision. You're right. But also remember, you're responsible for what you do when you're like that. And if you hurt somebody, that's going to be on you.
I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Good luck. We'll try to help you.
And when he says that, you catch the thought in his head of just running off and living in the woods as a wolf. Like he is considering just doing that if it comes to it.
All right. Yeah, in that case,
God, man, having make insight checks to pick up on that with detect thoughts just totally changed that conversation around.
yeah, you were giving me a lot because it's really just surface thoughts, but those all seem like things he would consider based on the questions I was asking. Right. But no, I mean, that's pretty responsible for, what is he, 10?
He's 10 years old. He
Yeah, so
also lived through Barovia too, guys. So keep in
that's what.
mind,
Yeah,
this
like I'm
kid's
saying,
got
like
this kid's got some years on him for 10.
yeah, like having been a mature 10-year-old myself. All right, just talking about- you know what? He's
You'd see a lot of himself in you if he didn't have memories of living happily with what looked like a single parent. Their face was kind of blurred, like you didn't remember their face all that well at this point.
yeah, spoiled rich kid. Bailey gets all bitter about that image. All right. It's his call. He
So it's
wants
like,
to say.
this kid had a parent. He was a spoiled rich kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's
He was
how.
a peasant before, but no, he's a spoiled rich kid because he had a parent. Damn
Yep.
people who had parents.
Yeah, don't remind me. The minute I reminded you had a parent, you're the enemy. For at least, you know who had parents? Sildar. I rest my case.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I was trying to say, okay, never mind. He knows the stakes, and he made the call.
All right.
I'm gonna copy some more stuff into my book with those 3 days.
So that brings to consideration, what are you going to do with Kellen if you all do decide to travel out on the boat? Are you going to take him with you? Or are you going to leave him in Neverwinter with somebody you think might be able to actually watch over him?
Oh God, no.
We should take him with us.
The
I
only
think he's
person-
pretty useful.
The only person that'd be able to look after him, honestly, is is Blisk.
Believe me, if he turns into a monster, Blisk is not going to. He's not going to be the
I know.
the mature parent that we want him to be.
That's like the satire? No, it's like the bad security like thought. Like, oh, in case shit does hit the fan, at least there's someone willing to defend themselves and perhaps succeed.
Yeah, him playing in the woods seemed like a good idea. I just don't want him coming upon like regular people.
Well, I think if he can defend himself properly, then there's not much harm in taking him with us. And we can handle him if he does lose control.
Do you want to go with us, or do you want to stay here? I'll ask when he's in earshot again.
Go where?
Probably out to sea to fight evil pirates.
I've never been on a boat.
You might throw up a lot. There's no trees, and
Lots of water.
Is it going to
Yeah.
be cold?
almost certainly.
He visibly recoils at that thought.
Like, if I wish detect thoughts was a two-way street, because Balin just like remembers being in a squall, soaked to the bone and freezing, running rig through sails. Like, yeah, it's gonna be cold.
You would be helping clear Tasha's name. Hurt the people who hurt her family.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You just had to bring up Tasha, didn't you?
I was avoiding it specifically to not cloud the issue and have to roll against it.
Oh. Are you trying to get him to not go?
I'm trying to make him his own decision, because in this case, I think his decision is going to benefit me. I only advocate when I want him to do something different. Yeah, you're good.
Oh.
Even with a natural one, you
Oh
still
my
make the
God.
DC.
That's a 14.
He just kind of shrugs and says, Tasha, it's gotta do something to help Tasha. I don't have any choice then. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay. So that was 3 days. We get the answer on the 4th. So 16 hours of spell copying is reasonable over 4 days? 3 days?
I mean, you all have all friggin' day to do it, so at least 8 hours of viable downtime that you could do each day.
That's what I figured. So I'm just starting with 16. I'm dragging them over one by one.
So it's 3 days, right?
It was 4 days in total.
4 days.
Yeah, I stopped us on the third day to like make that decision because the time had run up. But yeah, technically it's 4 days altogether. And now I'm in the conundrum where I have all the spells I've ever wanted, and I can only prep 7 of them.
Yeah, you have the conundrum.
The problem with being a wizard.
A low-level wizard.
I'll show you mine in a second.
Somewhere a sorcerer is just giving you 2 middle fingers.
Yep.
I'm taking spells I'm retaking as my next Arcane Trickster spells, like just to have them 2 levels earlier.
While they are copying down their spell books, Gurgle will make himself look like a halfling, go to different, I guess, bars and inns, and order their food and take a spoon from each place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can scrap all my
One
spells.
of the collectibles now.
Mark off, we'll call it 7 silver pieces as you order different meals from different places, and make me a sleight of hand check to see how well you do with the spoon. All right, you managed to start sneaking away different spoons. Some of them are fairly nondescript. This is also more restaurants in the city than just the tavern. As the Driftwood is the only tavern you've seen, but there are other small buildings, small restaurants that you can go to visit, just eateries. And you managed to snag a few different spoons. Some are carved with initials of the place. Others are just kind of bland, less well-off establishments, just built up and trying to do what they can.
Okay. Sounds good.
That was 50.
And then he'll go back each day, meet up with the group.
Each day, steal some spoons.
Every time he comes back,
now.
he's full. Like, he's like noticeably full, like gluttonously full.
You have disadvantage on every stealth check now because you're actually clacking as you walk.
How many spoons do you have now?
I actually don't know. How many spoons did I get? 6? All right. I'll do the math at some point. A lot of times I wrote down just a handful of silverware. So
The technical term on your character sheet is just a bunch of spoons.
yeah, just pretty much just a bunch of spoons and a few forks and knives. But yeah, tons of spoons.
Like, you're actually up to maybe like 10 pounds of just cutlery and spoons at this point. It's a lot of ridiculous. He's stolen a lot, and Blinkshaw bought a fair amount for him to steal from his backpack.
At this point,
3
I might
days of
just make a
downtime
shit
and
ton of
Blinkshaw
wooden
not being
spoons.
busy.
9, 20, 19. Okay.
My bad.
I'm leaving the rest of the spells open and putting 16 hours of study into my Jumping Jacks book. And I got to make sure I read that every day.
Okay.
I'm looking at it again to see what it does. Or did you get rid of it? Oh, no, it's a magic item. Sorry.
On the dawn of the 5th day, as you all are coming downstairs from the Driftwood Tavern, it's a little quieter than usual. Evidently, some work has come out and some of the sailors have set sail, finding it. But Serene is there, just kind of waiting patiently at a table. And when she catches sight of the group, she just says, "Time is here. My contact's here. Hope you all have been getting ready for this, because he's not going to be in shore long."
He's not going to what was the end of that?
On shore.
Okay.
So, are we going to meet with another pirate?
He's not a pirate.
Oh, captain of the ship?
He is a captain, he's just not a pirate. He used to be a lance commander for a warship operating out of Kalimshan. As far as I can tell, he retired, but been running a few merchant vessels in his recent years. He's had a run-in with the Bronze Bitch as well, and he's eager to see her done.
I'm ready if you guys are.
All right. Off to sea we go.
Okay. As she picks herself up, you see she is carrying what seems like her entire life in her backpack. I will point out again that she has what looks like to be a short sword tucked in one belt. She has this strange wand-like device, which again, you heard the gun that is in the holster is on the other side. Uh, all of it kind of awkward for her to maneuver with because again, sometimes she moves to do something with her left arm, but the elbow just kind of moves idly, and she has to reach over with her right arm to do it properly. But as everything is secured, and you all make your way down towards the docks. Within a few minutes, because you're right next to the Driftwood Tavern, you all see the ship that she is taking you all to. Seems to be a capable vessel. The masts, everything is intact. No obvious holes, no damage, and make me a perception check. I was going to say the two of you who are on ships, but Tasha's not here anymore. Balin, you can make me a perception check to get a good idea of what you think of this vessel. All right. You've seen vessels like this. It seems like it's seen a fair amount of time on the waves, but it is certainly not one that's just going to start falling apart when rough weather hits, at the very least. Hopefully, depending on the rough weather. Stronger ships than this have fallen apart to waves.
Understood, but it doesn't look like this isn't like Millennium Falcon shitty.
Yeah, this isn't going to be the one where you're like, all right, we're on at sea. Make sure somebody's got their finger in the hole downstairs, otherwise we're going to sink. No, it's not.
That ship's yours.
It is a reputable vessel.
It's called, it's called the Dung Dinghy.
God.
Yeah, Balin just kind of shrugs like, yeah, it looks about right. Just checking all my items here to make sure I have everything that he would have.
Yeah. If he also wanted to purchase extra provisions out on the water, naturally it would be difficult to hunt on land. So this would be a matter of you would likely need food stored away in the vessel. You could try your hand at fishing, but
I was gonna buy more rations, and I don't have my fishing tackle anymore. I lost it. I might buy that before we leave.
How much is your ration?
5 silver for a day's worth.
5 silver.
We should probably buy like a. Are we buying like more food to bring out with us now?
Buy a boatload.
Yeah.
5 silver for 10 days.
Like 5 gold. Yeah, so I'll buy like 20.
Okay.
Silver's
10 gold.
10 silver's 1 gold. Sorry.
Yeah, so you can get 2 days worth for gold. Just for easy math. And I'll also say that you see that the name of the ship is kind of implacked on the back of it, and it reads Wave Skimmer.
Okay.
Saren will explain, the captain's name is Captain Joros. Older human, has been doing this for longer than I've been alive. He's old, but he has a hate in his heart for this, and I trust that he's going to do us right. It's the only chance I'm going to get. And you pick up the barest amount of almost like a plea in her voice. It's almost like she's trying to reassure herself that she has to do this now, or she's not going to get another chance.
Have we met the captain yet, or is she still introducing us?
You have not met the captain yet, but she is leading you over towards the ship to start climbing aboard now. The gangplank has been lowered.
Okay. Yeah, Balin's actually surprisingly comfortable with this. Like, he's got his rucksack and everything. All of his adventuring gear has been like... I mean, he still has all the same stuff he does, but everything's kind of packed in pouches and pockets now. Everything's much more, like, accessible. It looks like he's very used to carrying his gunny on ship, and like he's balanced and all that stuff. It's something that I never actually thought about until now. But yeah, all the shit he carries is like strategically placed. His short sword's sheaths are like running along his thigh; they don't dangle anymore. Things like that.
Arena looks very uncomfortable, and she has Blinkshot help her carry her stuff because normally Jacob is carrying it, and he's not good at carrying it.
Yeah, his hair is pulled back and like seriously braided to keep it out of his face in the wind, and he's intent on helping sail this ship.
Okay. As she takes you all aboard, you see setting over towards the captain's wheel is a very aged-looking man. He has a very thick fur cap over his head, not the typical tricorn you'd expect of an admiral, which clearly he is not. Heavy furs for the winter weather are set about him, and it looks like he is extremely bulky, though his frame would suggest that, seemingly inheriting that he's sailed or he's prepared for cold weather like this, and he is wearing multiple layers to accommodate himself. His beard looks sea-crusted, and it is kind of sticks out at odd angles, like it's pointed. Maybe he's seen too much time at the sea as well. Let's see, Fra. And the second that he sees you all, he kind of just gruffly leans over the railing.
This is the lot I've got to deal with. Have any of you been on a vessel before?
Dad. Balin steps up. Hi, Captain. Able-bodied sailor, rigger, second boatswain.
Yeah, if he has, I have too.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, sir.
Wait, I thought he wanted us to know.
He kind of looks between the bunch of you.
So I've got 2.5 hands to help me sail this vessel.
I mean, really, you've got my 2 and then 4 cabin boys, but that'll work.
At that moment, I'll say, who has the best person? Balin, you've noticed on the side of your eye, Saren kind of looks a little dejected by that because she was just kind of offhandedly insulted by it.
Oh, no, I was aware. In fact, I was going to pull her alongside before we met the captain and been like, one-armed people can't sail, right? But I didn't get a chance.
Oh.
I know it's shitty, but I'm Balin and I'm not considerate when I talk, and she's got one arm now.
Fine. I yell at you, you yell at them. If they make a mistake, it's your fault.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Balin seems uneasy, and then he thinks about it. Imagines throwing Gurgle overboard. Deal.
Fine. Bring all your shit aboard. 4 cots, 4 places to sleep. Half on watch, half off. No exceptions.
Wait, but we have 4 cots from the... Oh, okay. Out of the, 6 of us?
Yeah, there are 6. And he will go on to explain.
I do watch is quite simple. I don't leave anything to chance. 2 people in the morning, 2 people in the evening, 2 people at night. Get used to it.
Okay, that sounds doable.
You do your job, Captain Joris won't throw you overboard.
Arena looks terrified.
All right. He kind of turns around and clunks back over to the wheel. And as he does, he kind of stops for a second, then he looks back, sees you all sitting there.
What are you waiting for? Prepare to shove off!
Yeah, Balin's ready to go to work. He stows his shit near the cots. Kind of looks around from Gurgle to Blinkshaw to everyone else and kind of is deciding who he wants to share a cot with. And Arena being the cleanest one, he goes,
What?
we'll be opposite. Gurgle and Blinkshaw, I assume you guys stank-wise won't offend each other.
That's true.
I mean, Blinkshaw does have an odor about him, but I guess it's tolerable.
God.
That's the Saren. You guys want to get a little closer? Don't worry, lady. He's old. He's not that handsy anymore.
Anymore?
Wait, is that because she's missing a hand? Are you making a joke, Bale?
Oh, shit. No, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry. I was calling him an old pervert. That was a Freud. There is no Freud here. That was just, that was not about you, and that was totally insensitive. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
That's not where I was going with that. That's dirty old man. Good person with... Yeah.
I was going to say, you all go downstairs. The only person who doesn't go downstairs is Saren, because she got the hint, it's time for us to get the ship ready to go off sail. And as you all are sitting downstairs, he says, get ready to shove off.
Well, he said stow your shit and then get ready to shove off. That
He didn't say stow your shit. He just said make ready to shove off.
Oh, there was a stow your shit line because that's definitely what I heard. But okay, we would go do that if there was urgency about it.
Immediate impression. He is the type of captain of, he says you do something, it doesn't matter what he said before, you do what he just told you right the fuck now. And the second that you come back up, he is already belittling you going off downstairs when he told you to get ready to shove off. It is not going to be a pleasant trip.
Yeah.
Gurgle's following Bailing.
Yeah. And just start showing them how to do, like, simple stuff like, running, rigging, and checking and stuff like that. But Balin's strangely good at turning his ears off to this kind of shit.
All right. So, you all managed to do this. Saren immediately realizes just basically how useless she is. She moves on to aid other people. When line needs to be pulled in, she will grab the back of it and help pull it in. But she is not all that useful in this, and it's apparent to not just everyone, but to her as well. She immediately becomes more and more dejected as these preparations go by. Tying knots, rigging sails, not something she is all that useful for. When it basically comes down to it, she realizes about all she can do is tighten lines, turn masts, and that's about it. And that is only because it's something you can untie with one hand, unwrap with one hand, pull with one hand, and then rewrap. And
is there a crow's eye on the boat?
There is one on top, but she does not make any motion to go for it.
Okay, it's something I can do in the first ride, but I'm writing down something I want to try and do at some point.
All right.
But, okay.
Takes the better part of 2 hours for you all to get this vessel ready, including moving all of your provisions onto the boat. Just because I imagine you've had it in the cart, because it's a lot of shit to carry around. How many days of provisions did you buy? Just for my curiosity.
I have 30. 30.
I have.
Go ahead and add this up. How many total does the entire group have?
Okay. I bought 20 days worth. Yeah.
I bought 20 on top of. I think I had some left over.
Blinkshaw has 10 days worth.
I have 25 days worth total.
Okay, so Balin has 33, Arena has 30, Blinkshaw has 10, you have 25. That's 55, 88, 98.
I thought we were buying, ship supplies.
No, the ship has those. We're buying food.
That's what I meant.
I mean, they're days of rations. You need days of rations out on sea.
All right.
So Phil Dennis didn't buy anything because it slipped his mind.
I was.
Do you have no
how many
rations
do you
on
have on your sheet?
I was scribing spells, and I might have missed that.
Our intelligence,
Phil
low
Dennis
wisdom.
was too busy to buy things. That's fair.
Do you
So
have any rations on your sheet? Yeah.
I got 0. This is 0.
So, with the 10 days worth already on the boat, you all have a grand total of 118 days of rations.
For the entire party?
For everyone on board.
Okay.
Everyone on the ship?
Yeah.
Like, the crew?
You are the crew.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh, okay.
I feel
Okay.
like,
I didn't know if there were any more people on the ship.
Minus you all, the only 3 people on the ship are Saren, the captain, and Kellen.
Okay.
Well, I feel also like the Blinkshot has the great food and water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
He can't prepare that.
Who was the guy in the hat? Was that Captain Joris or was that the
Captain
quartermaster?
Joris. No, his name was Captain Joris. He is the captain.
Oh, he was. I thought that was
Yeah,
the.
he was referring to himself in third person.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, all right, cool. I'll write down all the individual breakdowns in case someone wants to hoard food.
Okay.
Phil Dennis, Goose Egg, Gurgle had how many?
Goose egg.
I had 25.
And Blinky had 10. And yeah, when not sailing, I will, fish where possible. But if we're really moving, it's not really that easy to do. And at some point, depending on how high up the crow's nest is, if I can, I want to try and rig like a pulley that, you know, you've seen it on Pirates of the Caribbean when someone hits something and then goes flying up. I want to rig one of those to do it without breaking a sail, and if so, try and get Saren to take a permanent watch up there.
God, make a sea vehicle proficiency check.
Yeah, I got it.
I was thinking, God, what would you use here? Probably proficiency with sea vehicles. Well, yeah, no, there you go. That's what you have. That makes
That's what I'm
sense.
proficient in. Intelligence?
This would be an intelligence check, yeah.
Okay.
With an 11.
Don't I have that? No, I guess I don't have.
Why would you have advantage?
I
don't know. Check. You don't
you're right. You're right.
Because you have experience. That's not how D&D works.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
I should have inspired you. I keep forgetting I can do that.
I should have ported it myself. I didn't think about it.
I foresaw that this will not suck.
Yeah.
All right. With some work, it's not the absolute cleanest, but it is at the very least functional, and it's not going to fail when somebody comes around and, you know, messes with it.
Yeah. And she's a half elf, right? Or an elf?
She is a half elf.
We could use we can use a good set of elvish eyes up there if you know. I mean, these fucking landlubbers don't know what to look for out on the ocean. I'd rather someone who's been on the water can spot a sail be up there.
I spy something blue.
The water.
Shit.
When you say that, she just kind of groans and mumbles under her breath. That was always Skipper's job.
That was always whose job?
Skipper's.
Oh. Yeah, but you had a much nicer boat. So here, it's better off being your job. I got to show them how to do all this crap. We need some more experience up there.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I have no idea what I'm doing out here.
You're bait. We're going to throw you overboard to lure some fish here in a minute.
Wait, what? Wait, no, wait. That's not what boating is. Is that really part of boating?
I pat Gurgle on the shoulder gently. He was joking.
I wasn't.
I look back to Sarah and you see what I have to deal with down here?
As you're having this conversation, I imagine at one point somebody looks at Blinkshot to see what it is, and he looks seasick.
I was going to say, he's throwing up all the time, right?
Yeah, he is overboard, just like, this is the least secure I've ever... And then he doesn't get it out as he, again, upends more of his lunch.
Wow.
Is he still wearing his plate armor?
He is.
Get away from the railing.
Yeah, at some point I might even be like, you might want to take that off until we... You almost died in a pond. This has currents.
This is how we lose our dwarf.
He might not do it.
Going downstairs. And
That's
he just
okay.
kind of tung off down the stairs.
I can save him if he needs me to.
That'll be worse.
Yeah, it's going to take Blinkshot some time to get his sea legs, unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
Because he's off fighting a good fight right now. Okay, so as you all are setting up, we will cut ahead a little bit. I would like for each of you to pick a watch, keeping in mind that it takes two of you at least to perform one of the aforementioned watches. Currently, Blinkshaw is not capable of performing a watch because he is an individual who cannot handle his seasickness, and Kellen is not really in a mental state. Even if he is a capable young man who can defend himself, he isn't really that good at keeping an eye on things. You can try and coerce him into helping someone, but he will not be responsible for a watch himself. So with that, you will have the rest of you to decide. The party, minus Blinkshaw, Saren, and Captain Joris, who will also be awake for 8 hour period. So he'll be around for 2 watches.
I'll take one of the nighttime watches since I have dark vision.
I think all of us do.
All of us have dark vision now? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Everybody
recommend...
but the captain, actually. He's the only human on the boat.
I'm going to recommend we put Saren with another... put Saren with a novice sailor. So, try and spread the experience. I'll be with someone, she'll be with someone.
I'll sit with Saren.
Okay.
Arena will watch us too.
I will actually pick Gurgle
Pick me.
because
Aw.
then. Oh no, because I want. While you're at work, I want to work. I want to look at your spell book.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I have 3 spellbooks on me.
And that would mean that you and the captain get to be best friends.
Oh.
He looks friendly.
All right, so write that out for me in chat, guys.
Yep, doing it now.
All right.
/ Dennis.
Also, it's spelled Saeran.
SAE.
Yes.
SARIN.
A-N. Is that how I spelled it?
Oh, that's fine.
I don't have
It is how you spelled it. I so much wanted to tell you, actually, no, that's not how you spelled it. You pronounced it wrong yourself, but no, that is how you spell it.
it. I came up with a name.
And that's actually
Not
good.
yours anymore. It's hers.
I wouldn't mind Blink Shell being as close to Kellen as physically possible. Because of all the.
He is already sleeping in the bunk next to him. Not that it seems like Kellen's looking over him more than Blinkshaw's looking over Kellen.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he'll wake up if a werewolf starts eating him, and Blinkshaw's got the most of correct spells to
Right.
help in that case.
I will now move you guys over towards the boat map, and you all can get a little bit of an exploration of the ship at hand. Starting out, so 2 days, the first 2 days of Neverwinter are fairly calm. You do see other ships that are moving to and from port. Occasionally, you do see what look like Navy vessels. Strange, because no factions. The Waterdeep does not have a standing navy. Neverwinter doesn't have a standing navy. So these are evidently independent, but they greet you privately. Would look like mercenaries of the sea almost, but they're not pirates. As you pass by, the captain exchanges with them, almost like he knows them. Perhaps these are from Kalimshan and just very far north in this instance. But they sail off towards the direction you come from, and you all make your way out to open water. After 2 days, the monotony of sea is already starting to get to you. You are now far enough that the water ahead and the water behind, it becomes almost impossible to tell that if you are even moving or gaining ground. It is ice cold, reminding you of your time up on the top of Mount Baratok near the Amber Temple. There are tents underneath that have been insulated to provide you warmth when you are not on watch, but your watches are miserable, even with your heavy winter clothing. So these watches here, we have Captain Joris and Phil Dennis taking morning, Saren and Arena taking evening, and Gurgle and Balin taking night watches. Okay. They are, what you can imagine, they are 8-hour watches, just taking up that window. At that point, during the morning watch, Phil Dennis, I would love for you to make me a perception check, please.
Oh,
That
do I
shitty
want
captain
to?
wasn't watching.
No.
You have advantage because the captain
Oh,
wants to keep the
God.
watch as well.
Wow.
But you are responsible for making the chat, guys. You didn't think that one through.
Yeah, so it's like,
You pick out nothing. It is water, and even more water on top of that.
It's water. Okay. I think Strahd's watching again.
Okay.
That's boring.
Why couldn't the captain make the roll? with advantage from
Because
Phil
this
Dennis.
is D&D, Balin, and you guys are the characters that are playing it.
Yeah.
Well, we fire Phil Dennis and the captain joins the party. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen on this first day. It is boring. It is quiet. It is cold. I would also like for you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Phil Dennis.
Okay.
See,
I kind of had this thought
close.
of potentially.
He can make the
like-
check because he has the heavy winter clothing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
Wow,
not like before we get
+7.
advantage? Yeah.
No, the rules have changed a little bit. I shift up Flabak on them just a little bit, but that's fine.
Okay.
Because I've got different sources in it. I like this roll better than I like the other one. Okay. You meant your winter clothing is more than enough, Phil Dennis. I didn't realize you fucking put the +7 on con saves now.
It's
Fucking
because my
Christ, guys.
transmitter is stone.
Yeah. That is fair, though, and that is a smart call. All right. You managed to shake off the cold. Captain Joros, just seems to take it in stride. Like he is used to this type of weather. He's not bothered by it in the slightest. As that first day goes down by, I would like the next group of individuals to make me a perception check. Again, Arena, Saren is just going to be aiding you in this, so make me a check with advantage.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, you have cold resistance because you're frost. Yeah, you don't need to make the check at all. You're fine.
I was thinking more for
it
seasickness,
actually
is
feels
why I took it.
Yeah, pleasant to you out here. On this next day,
just so I'm tracking up how many hours of reading and shit I've done. So now we're on day 4. It was 2 uneventful days and then 2 of watches so far, right?
this is the second watch of day 3.
Okay,
Oh,
just making sure.
I forgot.
All right. This watch also goes uneventfully.
Okay.
So I got 8
On
there.
All right. Third watch, go.
Wait, do I need to make a con save?
Yes.
Do me and Gurgle help each other, or do we each roll?
You can both roll or you can help. That's up to you. The NPCs will only aid in the rolls. I will say that as night comes along, Captain Joras does let anchor down, and the ship will not sail while night is active. He will sleep.
Okay.
And this is something he has insisted on.
We can both roll, because
yeah.
we're both high perception.
And you're fine, Arena. All right.
Okay.
As the night ticks on, it is fairly quiet. You all continue to look back and forth. It is somewhat unbearable just being out in this cold weather, but you guys are managing without too much difficulty. I would like both of you to make me Constitution saving throws, please.
I will take a 16 with my portent.
Okay. Foreseeing the fact that you're not going to get cold, wow, that's a thing.
14.
14. You two are fine. You're managing to shrug it off, and you're not worrying about it too much. As you all are sitting there, ship parked, it's quiet. Balin, you hear over the sound of the waves laughing against the metal what sounds like wood being pried at.
And we're the only ones up on deck, right, at night?
You are the only ones up on deck.
Since I never
we'll move.
Since I never dismissed him, I will resummon Archimedes and whisper to Gurgle, say something's down there, something's trying to get in, and then I'll ask Archimedes to investigate.
What? Where? What? Wait. What? What's going on?
So does he roll? I actually don't know how this works with him.
Well, as Archimedes flies out over the water and looks down, he will make a perception check.
Me or him?
Him.
All right. At advantage.
As he kind of sails around the boat looking for signs of it, with a remarkable fucking roll, he says, you can see, actually, are you looking through his eyes, or are you just waiting for him to do it?
No, that was his perception check. I'm not looking through his eyes.
Yeah, all right. He will reply, there's something big swimming underneath the boat.
At that point, I'll kind of go and look down just to try and see for myself.
All right. You look down into the lower section of the boat. From this angle, you don't see anything happening, though.
If I look through his eyes, can he still see it, or is it gone?
He does not see it either. Whatever it is directly underneath the boat and is blocked from his view.
How big?
Hard to say in the water. Apparently Archimedes is just going to be southern now. Fuck it. Or Brooklyn. I don't know what accent I'm actually doing here. It's fake. It's like a French
Southern or Brooklyn.
Terrible.
In my experience, is this something as mundane as like whales being near the ship or something?
Make a
or
nature check.
Is that nature? Okay. Come on, sheet. Doesn't want to do anything I want it to do.
As you rack your brain trying to think of what could possibly be responsible for this, you have a sudden thought that pops into your head. There are creatures of the sea that are nasty and aggressive. The ones that would fit the size of that could be evil fish people, but they tend to go up on boat and attack. With this, you think these might be scrags, which you, Balin, with the experiences you've had, these are essentially amphibious trolls. They tear the bottoms of boats off, and then they attack it while it's sinking.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah, I'm gonna call. And tell Gurgle to wake the captain and say, "Scrags."
Scrags? What is Scrags?
Just tell the captain. Go.
Okay.
Gurgle runs off and goes to the captain's quarters.
And I can't see. It just went back under the boat, right?
All right. Yes, they've come back under the boat. Gurgle, you rush off down the stairs. You all are familiar with the captain's quarters is. Your cots are on the north side of the ship, and there are several staircases that lead down. His is down here, and it's through this doorway. And you kind of rush into it, boom, bump into it. It's clearly locked.
I'll pick the lock.
Or knock.
Make a full check. All right, you quickly and deftly pick the lock without any issue.
I run in and I start waking the captain up, yelling,
Scrags attacking the boat!
All right, you run in, and as you run in, you can see that there is water pouring into the boat from above here. It seems like they are, and as you see, the hole that is made here, it looks like they are ripping the rudder off the boat.
do I see the trolls at all, or?
You do not see them, no.
Okay, so I have no idea why there's water
just,
coming in there.
It is just water.
I assume that's part of. That's how the captain likes to sleep. I just try to wake him up.
Rolls over. What the hell are you on about?
There's Skags attacking the boat!
He kind of looks at you, and then the water, and he kind of looks over, and he just belts out, "We're under attack! Everybody up! Everyone up now!" Starts belting out at the top of his lungs.
Can I cast thaumaturgy?
I was going to disable something first. So
Okay,
night watch, the morning watch is asleep. The evening watch, the evening watch is asleep. The morning watch is already awake. So the morning watch, you do not need to make perception checks to wake up. I need whoever's on evening watch to make perception checks to wake up from this.
That would be me and Sabrin.
Yes, and you have disadvantage on these checks.
Would I be able to cast thaumaturgy to increase my volume and shout out "We're under attack"?
Okay,
to help
so
waking people up.
Immediately, Saren and Arena, you wake up. Yeah, it's not an issue. Derek is just kind of sitting up in the, Kellen, not Derek. Kellen is just kind of sitting up in the cot, looking back and forth, panicked. Blingshaw just kind of rolls over and clearly seems to still be in no shape to do anything. So at this point, I would like everybody in the group to roll me initiative.
Arena appears on the deck of the boat, fully dressed.
3.
Sorry, I'm looking for my sheets being weird tonight.
And I'm not hiding Saren's rolls because Saren's are friendly and I don't hide friendly rolls.
He's a scout.
Kellen's not doing anything. Captain Joris rushes up top. He is just going to act on as the boat's initiative because he is not going to be a fighter. Actually, no, hold on. How far would he have gotten? 10 feet, 5, 20, 25. He would be literally at the top of the staircase. Good to know. Oop, he's here.
Oh.
Would I be with the captain, or am I still down in his quarters?
You were screaming everybody, so...
Okay.
We'll just say for the second that you're right where you are. I need to roll initiative for all the creatures.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for it on my sheet now if I can do it. There it is.
Wow, they crit their initiative. How often does that happen?
Crit fail or crit succeed?
No, they crit succeeded.
Oh.
Okay. So let's see here. We got Phildinis, Arena, Saren, Gurgle, Balin, Scrags, Archimedes, and I'm going to add Boat at initiative 1. because it is literally just gonna. It actually is 0. It's just the initiative at the end of the round. Okay, Gurgle, you are up first.
I'm gonna run up and follow the captain.
Okay.
I'll draw my bow, on my way.
All right, you managed to make it above deck. 25 to get there. 20, 25. It takes you in your entire movement to get to here.
Okay. I guess I will. I'll just ready an action if any of the trolls come overboard or within my line of sight. I'll take a shot. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sitting there, just kind of.
Alrighty. On their turn, I moved them because I thought I was going to do something else with them, but now that you guys are responding this way, I have to do something else. That's fine. On their turn, you see big bluish green hands grab onto each side of the boat as they begin to climb up. In total, you see 4 of them pick their heads up and start to crawl up over the side of the boat.
Oh, shit.
Should I be able to see past this right here? Because I can't see past it. There's a dynamic lighting.
Give me a
I
second.
just see a black line, like a black box on there.
Yeah, but it's like covering up most of the boat for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What line here?
Right here.
Yes, there's a wall there.
Oh, okay.
All right. They start crawling up. Yeah, you guys are under deck because you haven't moved
that's right.
yet.
Duh. Okay. I didn't realize.
Can you not see it all, Gurgle?
Oh no, I can. I didn't realize she was referring to something else. I forgot she's not on the same map that we are.
Yeah, I'm on
She's not on the map too. Okay. With the 4 trolls up here, you get to take your attack, Gurgle, and you get it before they come into melee range, so you're not at disadvantage.
Okay, so I'll fire, I guess, the one closest to me coming over. There's an attack here. This is not a... Oh, I think I'm gonna... No, this is a 13 hit.
A 13 does not hit. So your arrow sails past him and out into the water.
All right, I'm done.
Alrighty. They creep into range with you, and they begin their attacks. The one that is immediately next to you is just going to try and tear into the tiny little goblin that dared try to shoot at him with a bite attack and a claw attack. But both of his attacks are not high enough to hit. These two go stomping over to you, Balin. And I'm rolling like absolute garbage. Holy shit. A miss with a critical 1. A miss with a critical 1. Your armor class is 17. So a miss, and a hit.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I'll just go ahead and shield.
Bite claws. All right, you shield, and that one does not hit you either. This one climbs over. He's going to attack Gurgle from behind.
Surprise.
Those 2 hit as you feel a large mouth bite down on one shoulder, Gurgle, dealing you 7 points of piercing as the claw pierces into your back for 7 points of slashing.
So it's 14 total?
14 total. And that is their turn. Arena.
Okay. Is this the way up or is this the way up?
That is down.
That is down. This is up. Here?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 10, 15.
All right, so from there, 15 feet of movement, and you come out right here.
Okay, hang on.
You could actually see the troll from below deck.
Okay. Could I have been down on the stairs so I'm not in melee range and shoot him with a firebolt from there? If I can see him?
If you want to move... Okay, yeah, if you wanted to do it from there, you could have.
Yeah, I want to shoot a firebolt.
Okay. Alright, that hits.
Okay.
Alright, as the firebolt hits, you see the water that is just pouring off of them turns to steam as they soak up some of that damage.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, don't get
I'm gonna stay on the stairs. Not get too close.
Alrighty. Balin.
Okay, I will cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level with my bonus action.
Okay.
And I just saw that one take fire, I guess, but not a whole lot of it. Am I to understand we are in dim or darkness? Dim light or darkness?
It is dim light. The moon is out, so there is a faint amount of light to be able to see, so it is dim light.
Okay. In that case, I will swing on the one that just got
Which means that
firebolt.
all of the perception checks you guys have been making should have been a disadvantage, but you know what? I forgot that, so I'll remember that moving forward.
Well, is going to be a dark vision?
Oh, you're right. No, you all have dark vision.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're fine, because it's dim light plus dark vision. You're fine.
Right.
I was doing that right.
I'm going to give him a smack with a booming shadow blade.
Oh, okay. A 15 just barely hits.
Woo. All right. I have advantage, so the sneak attack applies, and then the booming.
We're at 34 points of damage. Okay.
And I cannot disengage. And the shield's up after this is over, right? This turn,
Shield
my turn is over.
ends at the start of your turn.
At the start, okay. So I'll just turn this off then. In that case, there's no sense in shielding yet, but I'll probably have to shortly. So I'll be done.
Alrighty. Seirin will move to here. She doesn't really have much of a good angle on the creature. So she just kind of frustratedly is going to use the rest of her movement to run to the other side of the ship. So she moves 10. That is 25, 30, and she will dash to here. That is her turn. Archimedes.
Archimedes is going to stay up above and fly to... he's going to circle the boat and try to determine where they damaged and how much damage they did.
Okay. Make a perception check.
So I gotta get used to having his sheet out again. We haven't had him in so long. And again, an advantage because of hearing or sight. Hey,
Wow.
Double crits.
As he sails around to the back of the boat, he can see that there is currently another scrag, clearly not one of the ones that joined the fight, that is in the middle of pulling the rudder off the boat. And actually, with a 20, I'll say, as he looks at it, he can see that this scrag has 4 arms.
Okay. And he can't attack anyway, but was the perception check his turn?
Yes.
Okay. He'll stay hovering above, but for now, that's all he can do.
Okay.
Until
that creature continues trying to rip the end of the boat off. And with a critical hit, you just see the Archimedes just says, you just all hear, and Archimedes says, it just tore the rudder off. Immediately after doing that, you all hear, as the sound of something clawing its way up onto the boat starts to echo throughout the ship. Holderness.
There's another way to get up besides where Irina is at.
Do I have to wait for my turn to relay that information, by the way?
Everybody heard it, and you can scream it. Yes.
Okay, I'm like, because Archimedes told me, I'm just like, there's an even bigger one that just tore the rudder off, and it's on its way up.
And everybody says, "We heard."
No, but it has 4 arms. It's the big one.
Oh
All
god.
right, Holderness, what are you doing?
I want to follow the one-armed gunslinger.
Okay. That's your normal move.
Yep, and then there's any water flowing to this area?
Not that you can see here, no.
Okay.
And you don't hear it because you're wilderness.
Right. I probably didn't hear the rudder being torn off. No, I'm joking. I probably heard that one.
Enough that everybody heard it. Yes.
20. And I'll just sit there and then... No, doesn't matter. I'll sit there, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The captain, on his turn, looking up at the creatures, kind of swears loudly. He's going to disengage. Move to here, up the stairs, and then move to examine the back of the boat as he can. Gurgle.
am going to disengage. Can I can't move through their squares, can I?
You can't move through them, no.
Are they large?
Yes.
And I'm small, right? So is there like
They
a
have to be a
check I
size.
can make to dive through?
Your goblins are technically medium.
Oh, no, we're small.
Halflings are small.
Oh, goblins aren't small?
This is something that I always have to check every single time. So I'm like, is Blisk small or medium? I'm fairly certain.
Like, we literally have a trait called Fury of the Small.
I will double check just because I might be wrong about this. This is Volo's guide. Okay, no, they are small. But no, a creature has to be 2 sizes lower. Hold on, let me double check that rule, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go
Yeah,
to the rule book. Oh, I hate it when I look up the index section. Difficult terrain, see under movement. Just give me the fucking page number, you. Oh, it's on page 182, listed under movement, under difficult terrain. Why you can just tell me that in the other index? The worst laid out fucking section of this goddamn book, every single time. All right. My other favorite thing is when it tells me a page and then it tells me the wrong page. All right, you can move through these creature space. It is difficult terrain for you though.
Okay, so maybe 15. Is this like a mast right here?
That's a mast.
In the square? Okay. All right, yeah. So I'll use disengage, and so I get, what is it, half movement?
It'll be 10 feet to move through them on a single space. Okay, so yeah, it'll take you 15 feet to get to there.
That's 15. Okay. 25. This should be 30. Okay, so I will start running up the stairs, and I will take a shot at this one right here.
Okay.
I'll go and I'll make that I'll add to that. So a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay. Do I get my sneak attack damage? Is Balin threatening it?
Actually, yeah, Balin's threatening us. You do.
Okay, so 22 points of damage.
21 points of damage.
I'm sorry, 21.
Yeah.
The arrow. I will take it.
6 and 2. And you'll do what?
I'm sorry, I'm taking another shot at the next one. I'll go ahead and I'll use another. No, I won't. I don't think that doesn't hit.
That misses. The arrow goes wide. That is your turn. On the creature's turn, the one that has been shot by the arrow, you see the wound begin to almost like bubble over with water coming out of it as the arrow is pushed out and it begins to heal.
Oh boy, that's not good.
The one that was hit by the fire and the booming, despite being hit by fire, also heals. On their turn, this one is actually going to basically climb over the railing and just climb over to get to you, Gurgle. Balin, having been left in the middle of these three, all three of them are just going to attack him. The troll that is next to Gurgle will go first with, just because. It misses its first attack, but will hit its second. Its bite kind of biting the railing as this massive claw swings over and hits you, Gurgle, for 14 points of slashing damage. The 3 on Balin are all going to attack him. The first bite will miss. The first claw will crit.
Okay.
The second bite will hit. The second claw will hit.
I will shield on the next hit.
All right. All in all, Balin, you are hit once and crit twice.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah. For a grand total of, they actually rolled fairly low on damage, 15 slashing from the first crit, 7 piercing from the second bite, and from the third bite, 14 piercing. So a grand total of, I just had the math down and I forgot it, 15 plus 14, 29 plus 7, 36 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yep.
And the other attack that hit you was a 25. And I need con saves for all of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of those, don't I? So I got
They're all
3.
DC 10.
Yeah. Okay. Find it real quick. That one.
Do you have Warcaster?
No, I just happened. I still had advantage selected.
Okay. Then Shadowblade fades.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. That is their turn. Arena.
Okay. Arena can see, but I can't. Is the troll still right at the top of the stairs?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, and that's the only
And
one I
from
can
the sounds
see.
of it, tearing the shit out of Balin.
Okay. Can I make a? Would that be my action to make a nature check to see if I know what
Yep.
kind of it would? Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna cast sleep on the troll that's right in front of me. So that's 5d8 hit points. So I'm gonna roll that.
Sleep is a radius.
It's a radius.
Yes, it is a 10. It is
forgot.
a 20-foot.
Yep. Can you show me what I'm seeing? Because I can't see it.
Okay, I will move you basically just on top of the stairs,
Okay.
just for convenience.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a 20-foot radius. Sorry, within 20 feet. Yes, it is 20-foot radius. So that would cover a lot more than that. You don't actually see Balin where it is, but it would cover an area that big.
Yikes.
So even not being able to see Balin, you have the running suspicion that Balin and even Gurgle will be in the range of that, unless you moved it much farther away, which would be difficult.
I can't get those 3, can I?
No, because you are downstairs looking up.
Right. Okay. What about? No, I can't. I can't put it here either because I can't see that spot.
You could potentially put it directly on top of you and your allies in downstairs and hope that the radius upstairs will be enough. You would basically be putting it behind you.
Like here, so where it wouldn't affect me and my allies, though.
It would affect you regardless.
Okay. I'm gonna put it. Gosh. If I cast it, it does 5d8 hit points. Does it do the trolls first and then my allies, or does it?
It starts at the lowest hit points.
Okay. So it starts with Balin.
Whoever's lowest. He did a lot of damage to the troll, but it's starting to heal and it is not bloody.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was a thing. I
Gotta learn your spells, guys.
I know.
Can't, since it's cast on a point, right? Couldn't she cast it higher, like above the trolls, to where they're in the radius, but Balin isn't?
She's down there. She can't see
That gets
that
into
point.
a really slippery slope.
Yeah.
I need a decision from something, Curly.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast another firebolt.
Okay. I'll move you back down the stairs.
Okay.
That'll hit.
Okay.
All right. For the second time, you see the steam pours off of it, and it seems to resist some of that damage.
Okay.
Balin,
Yeah.
if you have anything else you can do, you want to do, you can.
I can cast a healing word because that's a. No, I can't because I.
You have to be able to
Yes,
see.
I can because I have to be able to see. Never mind. I can't. That's my turn.
Yeah, I wanted to do more damage, but I definitely need to get the fudge away from these guys. So I'm going to Misty Step out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 30 feet. And can I climb this mast?
That's not a mast.
Oh, that's just the
That's the
so
stem of
there's
the ship.
oh, it's just two masted. Okay.
This is the anchor.
Gotcha. So at least I got there, and then
Which, looking at it, this is actually a really weird design. The way
yeah,
they've got the
I was really
anchor.
thrown off. I figured there'd be one more. But okay, in that case, I'll do the same thing, but I'll swing. I'll draw my rapier and swing on this guy before I go,
Okay.
and then I'll Misty Step. And it'll be booming.
Okay. So takes 13 points of damage. Or sorry, 10 points of damage.
Yeah, 10, because I did not have advantage.
And then you disappear, teleport to the other side.
Yeah, is this as far as I can get? Because I have more movement, so if I can get extra 5 feet or something, that'd be fine too.
You could potentially move a little farther. Yeah, you got movement left.
Yeah, no, I don't want to move all the way out on the point because that's just
Yeah.
let me talk. But yeah, I think I've gotten at least some distance.
Okay. That'll be Ayla's turn. Saren will go. She'll run up the stairs 20 feet. 20. Once she gets to here, she sees a troll. She points that item out it, and as she takes a moment and just pulls the trigger, there's a crackling noise like thunder going off as she shoots at it. She's technically out of range. Nope, she's technically within range. This is a disadvantage. So she's going to miss. You all just hear that noise go off. A pink kind of flares by the head off something like smashing wood. She just kind of looks at it and says, "Damn it." Tucks that away, moves to draw her short sword, as that is all she can do. Archimedes.
Archimedes will. We still have that roll for it uses the help action. It can't
You have to
move
stay within
afterwards.
5 feet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I want to risk him for that yet.
I felt bad about that roll. I was like, man, that really nerfs the whole idea of using owls as a familiar. And then my Wednesday GM literally said, oh, you're taking 5 familiar? If you take an owl, I will kill your character. Because I fucking hate that trope. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is why you and I get along. I'm not as mean as that, but this is why you and I get along.
What's the progress on the big one?
The big one is apparently latched onto the bottom of the boat and is starting its ascent up.
All right. He's gonna fly up a little bit higher to make sure he's out of reach, but just keep an eye on that thing for now, I guess.
Okay, easy enough. He will report in that the creature climbs up 15 feet on the boat. Hold on, let me double check his movement. 20 feet up. With the boat being... This end of the boat is the tallest part. It's about... I'll say it's 25 feet. So nobody quite sees it, but it will be up by the end of the next round.
And Balaam will kind of scream out to everyone like, "It's almost up the, it's almost up the back."
I'm gonna keep going up. 25 is to the top of the stairs at the end of my movement.
All right. So Arena is in front of you.
Oh, okay. Shit.
She is on the stairs. You could see the top of the stairs if you wanted to say Misty Step up there, and I will move you to on top of her square so you can get an idea of where you could potentially go. Just for reference, you cannot go over here because you cannot see up above you because this is the next level of the deck.
Well, crap. I'll just stay down the stairs and I'll cast Mage Armor myself. As I saw one big guy and I was like, oh shit, fuck that. Mage Armor.
I'll move back downstairs and you cast Mage Armor on yourself. Put her back. The captain goes again. He moves over towards the wheel. The troll seems focused on you, Gurgle, and doesn't seem to have any intent on doing him. And as he kind of leans over the back of the boat to see the damage, you hear him swear loudly. and just pulls what looks like a scimitar out of his belt and says, "Come at me, you traitor! I'll gut you alive!" And that is going to be his turn. Gurgle.
Oh boy, this is a terrible spot to be in. I'm gonna disengage. She'll go. It's another 15, 25.
I'm just listening and thinking, I'm wondering, why wasn't the first thing Balin did run to wake everybody up when you realize something's happening to the ship? Like,
I mean, I did. I sent Girdle to do it.
You sent him to tell the captain, not the people who were going to fight.
I mean,
I did shout to the ship, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seem like raise the alarm is what you do in that situation, but I guess we didn't communicate well.
It was more a matter of like, we'll take care of this thing first, and then we'll take care of that next. And it's like, well, you had 2 rounds to do that. You didn't do a very good job of it.
I guess I'll take a dash action and try to run down the stairs.
So you're
I guess Siren
dodging and disengaging.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to there. It'll be 35 to get through Arena. 45 to get through Fidenis. You can get to here or here with 50. It's your choice.
Yeah. This is behind Phil Dennis. Yeah, I'll get behind him.
You can also see that water is just pouring into the boat at this point.
I didn't see that.
Oh man. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's where I'll stay then.
Okay. The trolls go. This one climbs basically over the stairs to get up to you, Balin. This one is going to do much the same over here.
The one on the right takes booming damage.
Okay. They also healed, so it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. So it kind of booms as you do it, but you see as he's stepping towards you, the damage that is dealt by it is just slowly healing over.
Okay.
This one, they just turn on Saren because you all left her alone. The first one actually misses her. The second one crits her. All right. The first wound she takes in stride. 2 more strikes. She is hit once more for, wow, she didn't take all that much damage at all. She is not quite bloody, but she takes a big bite and a big claw, and she is stumbling back and forth trying to keep her balance. The one that are on you, Balin. I would have felt bad if I had attacked you first and I got another crit. That would have been ridiculous. The first one will hit you with both his bite and his claw.
Shield.
Shield again, bringing you to 22. Miss. The other one will hit you with both his bite and his claw with a 26 and a 23.
Okay.
The bite will deal you 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
The claw will deal you 13 piercing damage.
Nice.
And that is their turn. Arena.
Okay.
Why didn't this go in right?
Now I'm actually going to run up the stairs.
All right, you run
Actually,
up these stairs.
You said it was 10
gonna...
and 13, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What can I see once I run up the stairs?
Well, 5 feet gets you to here.
Okay. All right.
You see down on the below deck over here are the 2 trolls fighting with Balin. And then the upper deck, there are 2 trolls. One is kind of like half hanging on the railing, swiping over the railing at Saren. The other one is just right in her face.
Okay. I'm gonna go. This changes what I was gonna do. Is Sabrin looking worse or is Balin looking worse?
Saren is not bloody. Balin is.
Okay, then I'm gonna Healing Word Balin with my bonus action.
And this is where the John Cena music plays, and I roll initiative for Blank Shot because he's actually joining the fight at this point.
At second level.
I'm not even lying. I was like, I'm going to give him like 2 rounds to come to the terms with this and wake up before I just said, fuck it. Because I built this for 5 people, and there's only 4 people here.
Yeah, I took 60 damage in 9 seconds.
And For my action, I'm gonna do another firebolt because I cast a spell. So,
Okay.
Which one looks to hurt the worst?
The only troll that seems damaged is the one you've been casting fire at already.
Okay, this one then. Another firebolt. Miss.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Okay. Yep. That's my turn.
Okay. Blinkshaw's turn is up next. He picks himself up. He moves 15 feet. He can
I'm
get
still
to
standing on
here.
the stairs. I can't believe it.
He will attempt to dash upstairs. 5.
Could I have moved out of the way?
You had enough
here.
movement left.
Like there.
Okay. So he will get to here, and he'll turn, he will rush up the stairs, and he will throw a bonus action healing word at you as well, Balin, and he's going to send that to you at 4th level just because you look like you fucking need it.
Yup.
Let me heal him up right quick because he is not recovered because he was not here to do a long rest. Healing word, where are you at? That'll be 18 points of healing for you, Balin.
Awesome, thanks.
And he had to use his action to dash, so that will be his turn. Balin, you're up next. 2 big trolls, but John Cena's here.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now that the healer's back and I'm feeling better, I think we want to focus on killing some enemies at this point. So I will create another Shadow Blade at the same level because hopefully we'll get a lot of long rests at sea. I will stow the rapier, and we're gonna hit this guy as hard as I frackin' can at advantage.
Also,
Great.
Mandatory Blinkshaw complaining about the damage that he did. That will hit, and you stab into it for a ridiculous amount of damage.
Wait, not ridiculous enough yet. There we go. There's the full ridiculousness.
The Shadow Blade cuts through it, not leaving a physical wound on its person, but clearly racking it with pain as the booming damage echoes through it, and the whole thing just collapses on the ground.
Alrighty, and I will move. I'm not going to leave its range, but I'm going to circle it so that Blinkshell and I can, be limit its escape.
Okay, Saren in her absolute desperate spot, she is going to. She screams down to Philidus and Gurgle, "Are you just going to hide down there? Help us!" She is going to swing at it twice with her short sword. All right, 2 hits. And decent damage as well. Oh, I didn't change her dex score. Her dex score is higher than that because she's half health. So that's going to be 7 and 9. All right, 2 decent stabs, and that is her turn. Archimedes.
Next person to go will be Phil Dennis, but I don't know where he is yet. I don't know what the fuck Gurgle is yet. And I don't know where she is yet. So, she's right there. I'm going to bring him around to my side. Flight 60 feet, so he may have to fly a lot harder than that. I know, that gets him pretty close. So yeah, we're just going to get him to here. Yeah, that's all I was going to do for now. I wanted to give Blinkshaw a help, but I don't think I can.
Okay.
Would that be straight 60 if he was higher up and coming down, or could he get one more?
I'm going to say because he has to navigate around the trolls, he would have to use up at least that much. Because he was also down below. He was actually higher up. He was just going at a direct angle. Sure.
That's what I mean. On the diagonal, it seemed to make more sense. So he will attempt to distract the troll for Blinkshaw to get a distracted attack in.
Okay. The large multi-armed troll crawls up onto the back of the boat. As it pulls its way up, kind of rolling over and basically crushing into the ballista that is set there. He turns towards the captain and just begins to tear into him with a with all of his arms swirling in a massive amount of attacks. The captain gets raked back and forth, and with the last one, is sent bloody overboard and disappears.
Oh shit!
I was the only one that knew where we were going.
That was
Well,
quick. Is there still someone in my way?
Yeah, Arena.
Thanks, Arena.
You
No,
didn't
no.
move.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
not-
Stay right.
Yeah, whatever. You're still in my way. I'm gonna go up there and then I'm gonna take another look around, see if maybe I can misty step somewhere else.
Well, I'll say, I'll move you here. This is where you be in perspective. Looking past her, you see a troll.
Do I see Arena? No, I don't. Not from
This
point.
angle.
Fuck.
At what point, I wonder, when do you guys realize, this section here is see-through, right? You could have misty stepped down and below and up and down from the middle of the deck. Nobody thought about that.
No. So what would be my point of range that I can see from where I am?
Since you could technically teleport into space, I'll say that you could see over maybe 10 feet up. Depending on where you would land, you may fall a little bit, but you would be up on top.
Because I think I'd rather get on top. Holy crap, that fucking forearm, dude. I like to misty step as close to Arena, even if it's a little higher than I want.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check.
Got it.
All right.
Wow.
You teleport and you kind of spin as you're teleporting, and you land deftly next to her without any issue.
Okay, woo! Oh, fuck. And I run back downstairs. No, I'm joking. I go right there, and then I'm gonna shoot a frostbolt at that one, and then I'll move a little bit after that.
Tackle.
So the idea of like Phil Dennis running back down the stairs, Misty stepping up on the other side again, basically becoming a Benny Hill sketch.
All right. As your frostbolt hits it, you see the ice that is kind of pouring off of it, just kind of freezes across it, and it takes more damage from that attack.
Oh. That's gonna
That is your turn. Urgle.
All right. So is this water starting to fill up here? Like it's draining into the boat?
It's high enough to where every time the boat rocks, some pours into it, but it is filling up at, even with your intentions, Gurgle, an alarming rate. Because more and more water is coming into the boat.
I would like to cast Shape Water and start freezing the water inside the cracks to try to prevent it from leaking in. So, yeah,
Nice.
that's action.
That's a good move.
I was like, shit, I don't know water.
Okay. You start freezing the water in and around the crack to the point where it basically becomes a temporary seal.
All right. And then with that done, I will go back upstairs.
All right. So that's 5, 10. I will say, because I'll move you here to show what she says, there's not really any room to move back upstairs over here. The stairway has been blocked.
Okay. I will then, I'll just have my bow ready to, yeah, all right, I'll just wait there. Or no, I'll use my bonus action to try to hide and like conceal myself back there.
Okay, make a stealth check. Okay. Alrighty. Okie dokie. This troll heals. The troll that was killed by Blinkshaw, by Balin, heals. As it its whole body kind of shovers, its head rolls over, and you see it pick itself
What the
back up.
hell?
Ready. New challengers have arrived. The one that is next to Balin is going to attempt to slam into him twice. He misses twice with a 15 and 11. On to Blinky. 2 misses with his remarkably high armor class. The one that is
earlier nature roll, would I know how to actually keep these things down?
Trolls do not regenerate. They're just trolls, but they're amphibious trolls. What did you roll in your nature check? Just for my curiosity.
18.
18. Fire and acid.
Oh, okay. I thought the fire, the one
It was
regenerated
being
when Tasha hit
diluted
it.
by the water that he was covered in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that seems to have been burned away. Or no, that does not seem to have been burned away. But that seems to largely, no, that's been burned away at this point. Yeah, because he fell unconscious. That makes sense. Alrighty, the one that is on top of Sarah just starts tearing into her. He is hit twice and is looking much worse than she was a second ago. This one, turning to see that there is now a Phil Dennis and an Arena in the middle of the boat, just turns, provoking but not caring, and charges off in that direction. Saren will stab out it crazily. She misses. As it leaps over, it attempts to bite down into you, Arena. Which will... Your armor class is right?
14.
Okay, he bites down into you. You take 5 points of piercing as his big meaty claw swings around and tries to hit Fuldennis, but only gets a 9. Wow. And that is going to miss regardless. Arena.
Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna cast Polymorph on the big guy, the 4-armed guy, and I'm gonna turn him into an armadillo. Wait, is he officially on the boat? Like, if he falls, will he be on the boat or in the water?
He's on the boat.
Okay, then he's an armadillo.
Well, he'll make a wisdom save first.
Well, yeah, his wisdom save, yeah.
No, he's an armadillo.
My spell save DC is 17.
Was that
Alrighty.
Bailey?
Just like, no, he's an armadillo. What did I just say?
Armadillo.
Yes! Okay. And I can't bonus action disengage because that's right.
Lake is furiously trying to find an armadillo picture right now. He's like, son of a bitch! Owls, armadillos.
That's my turn. Because that's an action, and I don't have a bonus action cantrip or anything.
I'm so disappointed that
Armadillo.
Burgle didn't see that.
That's pretty big for an armadillo.
That's literally the first armadillo. You know, is this one... Hold on, is this a better picture of an armadillo? Check this one over. It's the same
That's
one.
the same
Okay.
one.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're getting. That's an armadillo.
Okay.
Alright, he's an armadillo now. Blinkshaw's turn. Seeing this one get back up, he kind of swears annoyed to himself, and he's going to try and smash it with a hammer. Or Hugh Grant. He hits. He deals it 4 points of damage, which does not kill it. And then he will bonus action spiritual weapon.
Since Chris isn't here, I have to ask: is it made of plant or wood?
He is just representing Chris in that case.
He'll throw the spiritual weapon up.